this is, I can't remember how many times we have done ChatGPT and a little bit of even AI, what they call cybersecurity and so forth, right? But I think it's exciting that you are making time for this, because I always like to see it as someone willing to sacrifice their recreation time, or I call it a Netflix time, to join us for this, right? So this is a quick poll just to get a feel, right? A handle on how this group of people are feeling. Okay, so in a single word, in one word, how do you feel about AI like ChatGPT? Okay, so we have 3 answers. Right, those of you who just joined, please feel free to give us your answer. Be honest. All right, I think honesty is important, so we get a better understanding of the situation. All right, I'll give you guys another minute. So we're doing a quick poll. All right, in one word, how do you feel about AI like ChatGPT? Give us an honest answer. That's important. There's no one else coming in with responses. How about Jim, Siva, Tio? I think you guys did come in. Interesting. Okay. Can put it in there. All right. If you haven't typed in your response, does your response show up on the screen, where you can type your response? So you the rest of you, are you not able to type? Exciting, yeah. Can you type on the screen? Let me do it for you. Let's see what happens. Interesting. Okay. Exciting. So you should be able to type your response on the screen that popped up. Okay. No worries. We will leave it at this point, right? It's good to see that most of you probably have some experience with it. So that's why you're giving this feedback, right? Okay, so I'm just going to close the poll now. Thank you, everyone. All right, let me share my screen. Can all of you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. All right, so that was just a quick poll to get a feel, get a handle on what you think about AI like ChatGPT. And what I wanted to do next was, for those of you coming in for the first time, please help us register so that in future we can send out invitations to you on this topic directly, right? Not just limited to you being invited through friends or through whoever that has forwarded you the invitation. Because I believe that many of you probably came in through an invitation of sort through one of the chat groups and so on, right? If you scan this QR code, just fill in the details for us so that we can then in future send you more invitation for ChatGPT sessions. These sessions have been something that's been ongoing since February this year for us, right? And we've been doing it at one point weekly. And this month itself, this is a fortnightly session. So today is the second session of the month and the last one for August. We also have this chat group. Okay, it's a WhatsApp chat group. You can scan this QR code to join this chat group if you are new, right, to this chat group. And if you want the slides, don't worry, we'll make the slides available to you so that you can actually share it on to others as well, or for yourself to go through it at a slower pace, right, compared to what we do in this session. As mentioned, this is the second session of the month, so this being the 23rd. And the whole idea around the good, the bad, the ugly is we wanted to depict or give you a balanced understanding of the good things you can do with it, and also what are some of the bad things about the technology, and also about what others are doing with it from a bad and ugly perspective, like hackers using it to create malware to attack people and so on, or even creating phishing emails, so forth. Okay, so this is the second session for this month. My name's Noel, and Vic introduced me to ChatGPT back in February this year. All right, and together and with the rest of the team, right, we have Cole, we have Amar, Vic, Lorraine, Sharon, right? We have been doing massive amount of sharing over the last few months. And of course, one of the things that got me really, really interested, right, but not limited to this, is how technology has evolved since the early 1980s. So I found this video which was posted to LinkedIn, which I wanted to share with you to get this part well explained. So let me just turn on the sound and then play this video. Okay. Oops, hold on. Interesting, it's not playing. Oh, I know why. Sorry. I can't play this because it's a picture. And I couldn't download this LinkedIn video, so I will play you the actual video itself. Right. There it is. Okay, let me just make it bigger so that you can see. Can you hear the audio?
Yeah, the sound.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. More than power, power, never, ever, after work is over. Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better.
Quite cute, huh? What excites me a lot about such technology is how we have evolved, all right, the technology over the couple of decades, right? 1983, that was the year I finished school. I went to Australia to do my high school, or my Form 6, if you want, equivalent, and so forth. I realized that technology, even at that stage when I watched this video, was already quite exciting, right? Over 3 decades or more, I could see how it's improved, all right? So this particular phrase jumped at me yesterday when I saw it, right? The ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world, and essentially those scientists, right, from this organization, right, called Boston Dynamics, obviously had a dream to change the world, all right, are the ones that do. So you look at how this technology, this AI robot, right, has been able to come to a point where it's almost like human, all right? But it took many decades, right, for that technology to mature itself. But that said, right, I wanted to look at how personas play into the technology like ChatGPT. Okay, so Chris, being someone that's been very kind, has been journeying with us for the last few months, been sharing. So we're going to give him a bit of a break this time around. Okay, so Sharon, Lorraine, and myself, we're going to go through with you some personas, right, so that you can understand how the technology actually play out. Because there's no better way to learn it, right, except through trying it. Okay, and I always believe that in sessions like these, there should be no stupid questions, meaning you are entitled to any questions, right? There's no such thing as a stupid question. Okay, any question is good because that's how we will end up learning. Because if you feel that your question is stupid and you're not willing to share it, there's possibly no way we can understand what's going through your head, right? And we want to be able to talk through the situation to help you, right? So that's important. Okay, so there's no such thing as a stupid question. No stupid questions in this session. Okay, now some recent articles that Chris has shared, all right, and I think he's made it to this session. Is Chris here with us? Let me have a quick look. Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. Welcome.
Hi.
So Chris shared a couple of articles, right, recently, and I thought this was really, really nice. Okay. Now, many people are worried about AI, all right? Although the poll question that I asked earlier, right, we had people saying it's exciting and so forth, and I'm excited, right? But there are people who are scared, really, really scared, because they feel that their future, all right, is gloomy because of technology. But through the analysis of this particular article that was shared by even people like IBM, we discovered that soft skill has come up highlighted really brightly. Okay, so as it says, right, advances in AI will not do much lead to human competing against machine. Okay, now this is the opinion of the people who wrote this article. Okay, you may or may not agree completely, but let this article finish with a bit more. Creation of an augmented workforce where human machines partnerships boost productivity and deliver exponential business value. Now, what basically this means to me anyway, from the way I'm interpreting it, is if humans and machines, or AI in this case, partner together, there's a great opportunity to boost productivity and deliver exponential business value. Not limited to that, also means that the workforce need to acquire some additional skills so that they can work effectively with AI. So this is where us trying out the prompts with ChatGPT and refining them and becoming even better and better as we go along with it helps us in that area. Now, this article was very new, and Chris shared this. Schools are teaching ChatGPT, so students aren't left behind. I'd like to have a feel of how many of you have started using ChatGPT or seen their kids using ChatGPT. Maybe more importantly, the kids, since the kids are the one in school, right? Any of your kids using ChatGPT in school or for school? Maybe they're not allowed to use it in school, but for school, all right, I think there's a great opportunity here, right? Even if you are not kiasu, kiasi in being left behind, I think there's an opportunity for you to do better, okay? Now, through this article, they found that 30% of college students are really using it for schoolwork, right? Like homework, if you want. Primarily in English classes, but not limited to that, right? It's important to know that with the technology moving so fast, right? This particular individual, Jules White, believes that it cannot be ignored, right? It's incredibly important for students, faculty, and alumni to become experts in AI. Now, we're not asking you to write AI software, not about coming up with, NLPs, LLPs, and so forth, right? It's about using it in a way like a powerful tool, just like how when computer was first introduced, right, into our lives. When you just imagine the day you first learned about computers, okay, and that's how I think we should take it. Right now, this particular bit of information we've shared repeatedly, all right, and it's important to know that today we believe, all right, data is more valuable than oil, right? It's not surprising because the way data is used today, there's so much. And of course, with that, you need people who know how to harness that data. Okay, so you hear titles like data scientists and people like that, right? Our sessions are not designed to equip people to be data scientists. Okay, we have no aspiration to that level, at least not for now. But what we believe, you could be a prompt engineer, right? Someone who is very, really, really good with creating prompts, all right? And from there, write really good prose, as they call it, right? To test the AI chatbots one day, potentially. And we believe that having that skill together with whatever that you are doing is what the earlier article is talking about. So that's something that is very important. So that's why when we started on this series, we feel that there's so much happening, all right? Even though ChatGPT was only released back in November, right? But the possibilities are endless, right? And they're amazing. But there are some cautions and warnings that we want everyone to be aware of. Okay, so there's this thing called the AI detection tool. Right? Some of you who have joined us previously may have seen it, but we want to see personas play out. Okay, so this is where even from a simple thing as what is ChatGPT, anyone here in this session is totally new to ChatGPT. Anyone? Do we need to go through what is ChatGPT? At least even from a demo perspective. Okay, I presume all of you have experience with it. So I believe all of you are using the web browser, right? So it's a website, OpenAI website that you can use ChatGPT. You're probably using Edge, you're maybe using Chrome. Now, I'm not someone who just saying something for the sake of saying it without proof, but we've seen over the years, there's been a lot of what I call vulnerability pop up with Chrome. So if you haven't tried Edge, I urge you to try out Edge. All right, there are lesser vulnerabilities. All right, so that provides a more secure platform if you're using a browser. But I'm sure some of you know that there is also ChatGPT available on both the Android as well as the iOS platform. iOS being the Apple mobile operating system platform for both the iPhone and the iPad. Okay, so I urge you to try that out because those are exciting ways to be able to use it on the move, right? Even though you may have a laptop, you may not be holding your laptop in front of someone selling fruits, for example, in a wet market, okay? But you may want to find information. So the phone is always with us most of the time, right? So you, me, everyone can use this, right? And I think that's important. So without further ado, is Sharon with us? Yes, she is. I just saw her name in the list. You want to do your demo, Sharon?
You want me to start first?
Sure.
Sure.
Can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Go
you.
for it.
Go for it.
Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. Let me share with you how I use my ChatGPT. I'm a big supporter of Google. When I homeschool my son since 2006, our favorite tagline is let's Google it. Okay. So I'm coming from a Google search background, and that's where I'm using my ChatGPT, and I find it amazing. Let me see if I can do this properly. Let it open. Can
Yep.
you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
As you can see here, to your left, you see what I've been doing with it. Okay.
Wow.
I'm learning about asking it for in-depth of what kamikaze is. If for those who don't know what kamikaze is, it's actually a Japanese word for the suicide pilots in the World War II. Okay. And basically that's what they are. They're suicide pilots. Okay. It's a one-way street. They tell me here. Yeah, you know that their job is to crash their plane, okay, into destinations. And I know that there was a name for it. It's not just kamikaze. So I asked, what is the poetic name for kamikaze? And they explained to me that it's called divine wind. But this was not the name coined originally for these suicide pilots. It actually came from something else. This is something new, and I'm not aware of this, and I've learned this. This was back in 1281, where I think this is where I think it's Kublai Genghis Khan when he was conquering a lot of places, and apparently there's a typhoon came and rescue Japan, so it's called kamikaze. Okay. The other thing that I like words. I like English words. Okay, so the other thing I asked it to do was I asked it. Okay, I told it you're my English teacher and you'll be teaching me English words. Okay, so I asked for 10. This came from my fascination with Reader Digest. If any of you are my age, old enough, you understand. I think you still have Reader Digest, but to me, Reader Digest was something that I saved my pocket money to buy because I learned a lot from Reader Digest. And one of the things that I enjoy about Reader Digest is they always have words that they teach you. There's a page with all the words, and they get 10 words. And so I asked ChatGPT, and it's given me 10 words, as you could see there. These are words that's not commonly used. We all know what serendipity means. And I think we all know what lethargy means at number 6. And the rest, I can tell you, even I don't know what it is, but now I do. Now, when you learn English by reading, your pronunciation will be really out, as I found out when I moved to UK back in 2002. Okay? My English is good when it comes to spelling, but when I speak it, I didn't learn it from hearing it, so I was pronouncing it differently. So I now ask ChatGPT for pronunciation, and this is what it's given me. Okay? But it also tells me that I could go online to listen how they are actually spoken. So that's my English lesson. A few days ago, I figured out something that was brought to my attention and I wanted to learn what it is. And someone told me about this thing called Black Moon Lilith in Leo. So what is Black Moon Lilith in Leo? Okay, this is astrology. And I find astrology fascinating, but I have no idea what it is, other than all our horoscope on which month we are born. So I asked it to tell me what is Black Moon Lilith, and this is what it's given me. And then I read and I continue on further. I asked for more information. I said, tell me more. Okay. And it tells me more. Now, by the time when I finished reading this, I kind of roughly understood what it means, right? And then I asked it to break it down into categories. What does Black Moon Lilith in this particular time, which is now, as in this moment in time where we are now, we have Black Moon Lilith. That is it's not a place or a planet. It's just an energy. It's sitting in the Leo horoscope. We are still in Leo season now. If you are born between, I think it's July to August, you are a Leo, I believe. And it breaks it down for me. What does Black Moon Lilith affect on us? And that's what I wanted. And it's telling me all this. Look, it's explained to me what it means to a person who is born at this period of time. Okay. And so that's what I've been doing. And then I went into, you could see I'm quite an inquisitive person. Okay. I'm curious. In class, my teacher hates me because I got so much things to ask. Okay. And I ask the most weirdest of things. So I'm not a very likable student in class, but I'm curious. Okay. And so ChatGPT is wonderful for me because it won't tell me off for asking the most weirdest of questions. So here I have, I don't know why I key this in software to run Android in Apple phone. This is my learning session with my colleague Ko. He was teaching me about what it means. Really, I really hard to explain how, but I say, tell me what server runs on, what's all this about, where do we connect, because I'm a very tangible person. So cloud is still a very strange concept to me. So it's telling me that, to run, he was talking about something about running Android on an Apple phone. Cole was explaining to me that it actually is possible now. You can run an Android software on a phone, and you can run an Android software on a Mac, So when he was talking, I was already keying it to ChatGPT. I'm asking it, tell me more software to run Android in Mac, right? So this is me doing this alongside as Cole is teaching me on Teams on the other end. Okay. So I could now understand better what Cole is saying because I've asked ChatGPT to expand and quickly tell me what Cole is talking about. And by doing this, I can also participate in a conversation with Cole. And not only that is now I understand roughly what he's talking about. I know what questions to ask. So it's like a learning buddy. It's helping me to understand clearly. And what I'm not clear, I ask Cole. Okay, so I know I see what is Windows 11. Okay, I want to ask ChatGPT. This is probably part of our conversation. How many operating system are there really? As you can see, ChatGPT don't mind. If your spelling is wrong, your grammar is wrong, it's not going to punish you. It actually still knows what you're talking about, which is what I find amazing. Okay, because when I'm typing and I'm typing fast, I have a lot of typo error one, but it still understood what I'm saying. So here you go. It says there are many operating system, and it tells me all this. And the only reason I know how to ask this question is because Cole told me so. But Cole is obviously explaining a different thing. But my mind is already asking how many operating systems is there. Instead of me interrupting Cole, I asked ChatGPT. So this is still, all this is happening while Cole is still telling me something else. Okay. What is hypervisor? This is where Code is explaining to me about virtual machines already. Okay. So this is my lesson, my session with Cole. If you are interested, you are welcome to join us because he is now teaching me all this. And if you have no clue and you want to find out, I encourage you to join me on the session. I think we are doing a Thursday session or a Friday session, 8:30. Okay, so here you go. You could see I have got another Lilith in Cancer traits. Okay, explain Black Moon Lilith. Okay, I think this was my first conversation with ChatGPT about Black Moon Lilith. And then what else have I got here? As you can see, I've got so many things here, right? That day I was posting this. If you're on the ChatGPT group, you'll see me talking to someone about recipes. Yeah. And this is talking about Nyonya recipes.
Wow.
Okay. So it's telling me, you see, I asked it about this because this is something I can verify. You see, I know I'm familiar enough, so I want to test ChatGPT. Is it really telling me or is it basically hallucinating? Okay. So it checked out correct. So then I said, okay, let's see if it knows any recipes. So it's give me the recipe. As we all know, ayam buah keluak and ayam ponteng. Okay, here, down here, it's all the very standard Nyonya food. Okay, but I did see here, like you say, it says prepare while the chicken's cooking over here. Prepare the boil keluak by cracking them open and removing the flesh. I soak the flesh in water, remove any toxin. Now, I know for a fact you're not supposed to eat it fresh. Okay, you're supposed to soak it. And I say, oh, it's made a mistake. Okay, but someone in the chat group pointed out to me, it says, no, it did say pre-soak and clean up here, but it's not told me how long you're supposed to soak. So there's a little bit of not mistake, but not quite the full detail. Okay, so shall I continue? No, or you're done? Is this good?
Sure, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yep.
Go ahead. Okay. So from there, I'm thinking, oh, let's talk about, I know that we have uni students in the group. So I'm a mother. All right. My son was in uni not too long ago. So uni student have to learn how to cook. So I ask it, fail proof. Okay. Chicken and rice in one pot recipe using leftover, sorry, fail proof, using leftover chicken rice, uncooked rice grain, soya sauce, and green onions. So I asked it for a little recipe because especially in UK, you can buy ready cooked chicken really cheap. They're not expensive. They're probably about just under £5. You can get a whole chicken, right? And we all have rice at home, and this is what I taught my son, right? Go home, stick the rice on, cut a bit of whatever chicken you want, put it on top of the rice and let it cook together. That's one meal. Okay. So it's given me this recipe. And then I did, if you could see here, I did Oppenheimer. We all know Oppenheimer is on now. Okay. It's the latest movie now on the screen. And I wanted to see what it tells me about Oppenheimer. So this information is pretty present. Okay, I would say present means pretty spot on, up to date. Now this is interesting because I am on ChatGPT 3.5, as you can see there. All information in ChatGPT 3.5 only exists up to September. Sorry guys, help me here. What year was it?
2021.
2021. Okay, so Oppenheimer is a new movie now by Christopher Nolan. But even though this is 3.5, it still gave me the latest information. And I Googled to check, it is Christopher Nolan who actually produced this movie. So I don't know what happened there, but it seems like it's got itself up to date. Okay. Someone did suggest it's because Oppenheimer was already a project ongoing for many years. Maybe that's why ChatGPT managed to pick it up. Okay. Now let's have a look. Value of ChatGPT. I thought I'd be smart. I asked it, is it worth paying for ChatGPT for?
That's a good one.
It didn't give me a decision. I thought I'd be smart, right? Tell me, should I upgrade? It tells me. It tells you. Well, it tells you, huh?
Why didn't you try this? Is it worthwhile using GPT-4?
Okay. See what I say. It doesn't recognize it. Can you see what it says?
Yeah.
Not released yet. Oh man. Okay. So it gives you all the general assess, evaluate your need, okay, to use. So that's interesting. There you go. Okay. It still say my knowledge is only up to September 21. Okay. It doesn't recognize that it's ChatGPT 4. So what else have I got? Let's go all the way back. Okay. What is this? This was the translation I did for a press release that I did for upcoming Cybertron 2023. Is a cybersecurity event If you've not know anything about this, please ask. It is a very amazing, it's going to be an amazing event because it's going to be a bit like a theme park. It's experiential. Okay. If you're in KL, if I'm in KL, I will go. I'm not in KL. Okay. But if I'm KL, I will go. Okay. So I wanted to have this press release converted to Malay. So I asked it to convert it to Malay. So what I did was I copy and paste and say convert, translate to Malay. I'm not too sure about this translation. I never went beyond it because it just seems that, it says here, it says, I don't think this is a very familiar Malay way of saying things. I think Chris can help me here because I think Chris, you're probably familiar with Bahasa Malaysia, right? As in teaching, as in formal Bahasa Malaysia. I don't think this is how you speak it. Di mana pembelajaran menjadi hidup, it doesn't make sense. So I just thought, well, no, that's not how people talk. This is what I say. I think, who was it? Was it Greg in the Pillar of Future talks about Japanese where it loses its nuances, where it can translate, but that's not how people speak. It lacks that subtle nuances that make it natural. Though in saying so, I have to say my usage of ChatGPT is English is excellent. Why I prefer ChatGPT than to have Google Bing Chat. Google Bing Chat is good because I get all the reference where you get it from, but it's merely regurgitating what I already know, what I could have done just in Google search itself. It's not come out with anything unique, what I think is unique. With ChatGPT, is really like talking to a human. Okay, it understood what I want. It doesn't correct me when my spelling is wrong. It says, oh, you've got it wrong. I don't understand what you're saying. It actually understood what I'm asking for. And I just feel that ChatGPT, I don't know about Bart. I've not played with Bart. I don't know about Jasper and all the other chatbots. But ChatGPT to me is very human. It suited my need. I could ask it anything. It will give me an answer almost like to the dot. It very rarely misunderstood what I want. It's more warm. I think the language, the response is more warm, like humans, you know. I could almost say, today I was telling my friend, I say, I've got a new friend. And he said, oh, who's that? I said, yeah, her name is ChatGPT. I said, I talked to my new friend now. And he went, what? I said, yeah. I asked it anything, it'll come back. It'll teach me things I don't know, it will teach me. I say, and it's just almost like a friend. I got nothing to do. I just say, hey, give me 10 words, teach me some new words, So it's for me, it's fun. This is fun, you know. I haven't really pushed it much further, but I could see that, it could be, for me personally, this could be a worthwhile companion that I have on my handphone. Yesterday, it's quite interesting. What's on the handphone is not here. Yesterday, we were asking it about, maybe it is. Yes, I think maybe it is. It's here. Yesterday, we were asking it for words. Now, see, this is gone funny, yeah? No.
You need to refresh your browser,
And then,
right?
no, it's not here. Yesterday, I was asking it, like, tell me what name do you call a person who's obsessed with maps? Now, you think, what? Why would you ask such a strange question out of nowhere? It was really out of nowhere. I was eating dinner. I went, what do they call someone who's obsessed with maps? Maps. And you think, what would anyone think about maps? But that's just something that came to my mind. And I keyed it in and it gave me on my handphone, it gave me the answer. Let me just quickly pull this up to share with you. What do you call a person who's obsessed with maps? Okay.
How do you spell that, Sharon?
Maps, M-A-P-S.
Okay, maps. Okay.
Maps. I try to see if I could pull it up. No, it's not here. Isn't it strange?
Somehow it's lost.
It's lost. It's lost it. Like we could try again. It's lost it. Okay. Yeah, I've lost the history. It's not here on my handphone either. Name of person obsessed with maps. There you go. That's what I got. Cartophile. Map lover. Map aficionado. And I went on to asking for a few things. Okay, a person who, okay, this is quite interesting. Okay, I asked, what's the name of a person who's obsessed with strawberries? just something silly, right? And he says there's no such word. You can call that a strawberry enthusiast or strawberry lover. Okay, so I thought he was going to give me some word.
Awesome, Sharon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there you go.
Thanks for the very fun sharing.
Okay,
Anyone
then.
has any questions for her? Okay, you can drop your question into the chat window if you want. Okay, so thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, I thought that was really cute. Okay, so there are lots of great things that all of us can do with it. All right, and of course, the app being available on the phone helps a lot. All right. Sadly, Sharon lost some of her history, which she got through the phone, and it's not come across onto the computer. Right? She showed some translations. Right now, like any tool, it's not perfect, right? So don't expect ChatGPT to be perfect. So if it's like, if you ask me to translate English to Bahasa, I probably will be far less perfect than ChatGPT would be. All right. But there are lots of bad things as well. All right. So there are some of these things which are very important for us to understand. Right. Sharon used the word hallucination. All right. So those of you who are hearing it for the first time, hallucination is really, from a ChatGPT perspective, coming up with answers that don't exist. That means it's making up answers. It's almost like if you pester someone hard enough, if you pressure someone hard enough, you push someone hard enough, that person will probably come up with answers that don't exist. They make up the answers. Okay. Of course, we don't typically call that person hallucinating, right? But that person is pressured to give you lies, if you want, from that perspective. And you can even forget, all right? So it being lazy and so forth does happen, all right? In my course of searching for information, I've encountered that too. So what I wanted to do next was to show you some things that I've been doing recently, right? And one of them was from an article that Chris shared. Okay, this article talked about, right, which is here, Germany hunts cybercrime amid billions lost to scam, right? This was something I was sharing with some young people in one of the groups that we have. Now, what did I find when I used ChatGPT to work with that, right? So this is essentially what it is, okay? The article being here, okay? Germany hunts cyber criminals, right? Right. Some of the names that you can see that pops up in here, right? Like this, for example, one of the names, right? And there's a couple others as well. Okay, so what I wanted to do, like a typical long article, I wanted help with summarizing the information. So I enlisted ChatGPT to help me with that. So I said, summarize this article. Now, if you read the response, it's not particularly useful. Okay. It says Germany is intensifying its effort to combat cybercrime after suffering blah, 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 blah. Looks like it's a summary, right? But then when I pushed it further, it says, tell me, how do people get involved in the scams? You notice the answers that came from that was very general. It wasn't specific to that particular article, which I was trying to interrogate it or ask ChatGPT to reveal to me, right? As you can see, it was just some generic list of scams and so forth. All right, and just to prove that I suspect that it doesn't know how to read that article, right, I went further. I says, who are the scammers? Normally with ChatGPT, it will know that these scammers here are talking about the individuals in the article, not a generic list of scammers. As you can see, individual scammers, criminal organizations, state-sponsored hackers. This is basically just a generic list of scammers and different types of people who goes out there to trick others and so on. Okay. Then I went the final validation that I think that it doesn't know about this article and can't read it is who are the scammers in this particular article. So I quoted the link for the article, and sure enough, it says, I apologize, but I do not have real-time access to external websites or articles. Okay. As what Sharon shared, the data ends in September 2021. Okay. So how do I get what I want? So what I did was I copied this article. Essentially, I selected this article like in so. I pasted in here and I asked the same questions. Who are the scammers below, referring to this article? Okay. And you notice it's done quite a decent job. It's given me 3, right, individuals, and even summarizing what they did based on the article. Now, if you are using this for anything formal, you're using this as a report for assignments or whatever, don't take this for granted. Go and check the article and make sure it's correct. Okay, you notice here, right? It says Gal hired Tal Jackie. Okay, and Tal Jackie was the first individual that was mentioned. So you want to check to make sure that it wasn't hallucinating, it wasn't creating, right, or faking the information that it's giving you back. But what is done is actually very, very good. It's actually compressed, right, possibly a 2,000 word article into, right, a couple hundred at most, or maybe even less. Then I went further and says, who are the persecutors in this, right, article? Same article. Okay. I gave it the article this time, then it came back with this, right? So the name of the person is Nino Goldberg, right? Just to give you an understanding. And then I wanted to go deeper, right? Pushing it to give me more. Right? Hopefully it will harvest more data for me, but this was a bit of a disappointment. I found that it didn't give me as much as I want. Then I tried to push it further. I say summarize his successes. Again, it wasn't exactly as good as what I was hoping. Then I say, give it to me in bullet points, right? And it was easier to understand, although it's probably not as rich as what I was hoping. That just gives you a little bit of understanding of what you can do, right, when you are trying to dig more information out of an article, right? Any questions at this point? Right, the next bit I wanted to go through is to look at the AI content detector. Now, why this is important is because if I say that ChatGPT hallucinates, and of course, I'm not the one saying it, but it's known out there that ChatGPT hallucinates, I need to use tools to help me understand whether work that's been submitted to me, articles that's been submitted to me, or even emails sent to me by unknown individuals, potentially using tools like ChatGPT, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to open up one of the tools that I regularly use. So this tool is called AI Content Detector, right? From Crossplug, right? So you come in here, right? I'm just going to go straight there. Right? Obviously, I've registered in the past. It's free, right? So you can see my name, right? I'm just going to paste something from there. Okay. Now, how best do I test this? Why not just use some of the information that I got earlier about this German article? Okay. Like if you look at this, for example, right? I'm just going to copy something from there. Okay, let's just pick up this paragraph here. See this? Right click, paste. Okay. And then check. Now, I always urge people to use at least 2. Okay. Why? Because even the AI content detector can make mistakes, and it did. Yes, did. Why? It says this text is mainly written by a human. And we know very well that it did not. Right? This was actually something that ChatGPT summarized for me based on a series of questions that I was asking it. All right. So let's try another tool. Okay. Let's try the tool from Writer. Let's paste it in and let's get it to analyze. Now, the dilemma that sometimes we get is one tool says it's mainly human and another tool says that it's mainly AI. So what do you do with that? Okay, let's think about it for a second. Okay. Interesting. It seems not working. Let me try again. So for a minute, I had too many articles, but it's not. Oh, look, 4% human-generated content. Now, this tool is telling me that this is more AI than it is human. Okay. Now, the fact that I copied this from ChatGPT, I know that it is mainly AI, right? If not primarily AI. Okay, let's try one more tool. Okay, this as a way to tell. Okay, copy leaks. Let's paste it in here. Right, it says AI content detected. Now, I think information like this in whatever format it is a good indicator for us on the presence of AI. I think it's probably not possible for us to rule out completely is one or the other, but at least how much of AI, I think that helps us even to determine whether there's more validation or verification or checking that we need to do. Okay, so that's something to think about. Any questions on the AI content detector? Okay. Right, I just wanted to do a quick quiz with you guys, right, to make sure that we have more fun out of that. But before that, I just wanted to quickly, if you want, summarize some of the bits and pieces, okay, that we have covered. Okay, so AI content detector can fail too, right? So it's important for us to know that, right? And of course, as what was shared earlier, we believe that AI plus human intelligence can give us almost superpower. All right, almost. So a set of good understanding, if you want, the do's, always check your results. Okay, like what I've just done, I've just dropped it into the AI content detector to see what it's like. Check the facts that you are getting it to present back to you. Okay, there are so many possibilities that sometimes it's impossible to check every one of that. So you need to be selective. Okay, and very importantly, don't work with company private and confidential data, or even your personal private and confidential data. And whatever it presents back to you, don't jump to a conclusion. Don't assume without checking. Okay. And definitely don't copy and paste, especially into your final piece of work. Okay, you really need to make sure that you do it right. Okay, so I've got a Kahoot quiz prepared for you. It's short, it's 7 minutes, it's 7 questions long. All right, for those of you who have tried it before, you can just scan this QR code and it'll take you straight into it. Okay. Use your phone, by the way. While you're watching this on a computer, use your phone. If you're watching this from your phone, then it's probably going to be very hard for you to play it at all because you need the phone to have the answers pop up. Okay. Let me just bring up my Kahoot. By the way, I've muted the sound so it doesn't bother us, right? Oops.
Yeah, but I thought the sound was rather cute. It's part of the fun. It's like a fun fair, isn't it?
Yeah, no, the thing is, while we are presenting, I didn't want it to bother us because I really
Oh,
going. Yeah,
okay.
let me just turn the volume back up. Are you guys joining it? You're able to get in?
No, I'm looking at some auditorium.
Yes, able to get in with
Okay.
the QR code.
Fantastic.
What am I looking at? I'm looking at something else.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You can see this. Because I'm actually looking for my.
Yep.
Okay, all of you got this, right?
Got it.
All right, wonderful. Just gonna break out of this. Just bring out my Kahoot first. That is my Kahoot.
Oh man, it's given me a skeleton with the astronaut hat.
Ah, good, it's found it. Too many
Not a
windows.
very cute one, is it?
There's
So you can
way
change
too
it.
many.
Oh, you can change character.
Can you guys hear the audio now?
No. Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, can get in now.
Okay. Right, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. Anyone else interested to play? It's easy, promise. Your Sona?
Okay.
Well, Nobel still seeing your slide.
Yeah. I haven't brought up the thing yet.
Yeah, you can change. I changed myself into a moose. Look. With a garland of flowers on the head. Oh, Lorraine, you and I almost got the same. Almost. Because I wanted the love thing on my head also.
I got the love thing today, you know.
Anyone else? Okay. You need this to join. Wonderful. Okay, I think we can get started, yeah? All right, let's go. Okay, wonderful. So the economist, all right, actually said that oil is no longer the most valuable resource and data is. Okay, so it displays oil. Okay, I see someone says it's paper and water. Well, good try. Wow, Lorraine, well done. Wow, very good. So everyone, including you and I, great. Oops, hold on. Sorry, this is my computer playing up. You know what it just did, right? It just went into a lock screen.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's back. So question number 3,
Lorraine,
can
you
ChatGPT summarize website?
Lorraine, you know, right? If you win, you buy coffee afterwards, right?
Yes, it does a good job. But remember, the website, you need to copy the text and put it into, right, the window, right? Don't just place the link in there. Okay. As I showed you, it can do a very good job in summarizing a website.
Stop dreaming. I was thinking, what?
Okay, very good. Hey, by the way, this iOS platform just also includes the iPad. Yeah, you can try it on the iPad as well. Right, Lorraine, you've been doing your homework.
Yeah, I'm gonna order nasi lemak afterwards.
Okay, very good. Okay. Now, I'm sure some of you would have tried to use other chatbots, right? The only thing is you need to make sure that you're using the same GPT version, all right? Otherwise, you'll probably find the answers quite bizarre, all right? Because the data sets and so forth are different. Okay? In fact, they will be very different because all the different brands have their own different data sets. Okay, it is, okay? So powerful, right? AI is powerful for this purpose. Wonderful. FN. Last question. Who's the champion?
I like that. Yes, because you cannot be stupid and ignorant. I'm like, what?
I'm glad you
That
like
threw
it.
me off. That threw me off a bit. I'm like, what?
Very good. All
My
right.
fault. I
So,
know. I was so busy looking that I was slow in my reply.
ah, I'm glad my strategy worked. Okay, so the answer is no. Anyone who can give simple instructions can start, right? As you can see, the examples we use weren't like rocket science, right? You didn't need to be highly intelligent. You didn't have to be sophisticated. You don't need English to be really, really powerful to do it, right? Anyone can do it. Okay, so that's the most relevant thing I believe ChatGPT had brought to us.
Yeah. Even if your spelling is out, it'll still understand you.
And grammar
Yeah.
too. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations. We have FN, we have Sharon, and we
Ayo,
have
where did this FN come out? Nowhere.
well done. Well done, everyone. Okay, cool. With that takes us to the end. All right. I just wanted to share a couple more just to give you a perspective of where we see things going. Right. And I think it's important for us to continue to work with this technology. Okay. So we like using quizzes like Kahoot and so forth to help us. Right. I'm really, really going deeper and deeper on a daily basis, right? Going into the areas of coaching and so forth to help some of the younger generation. So if any of you are interested, do join us, right? So the rest of the deck, I've got content on why it's ugly, which we don't have time to go through it, right? I would urge you to go through it on your own, right? When you get the slide deck. If I can get you to scan this QR code and give us your feedback, we really, really appreciate that because we really want to do better for you next time around. Okay? Help me out there. It should take you no more than a minute. Okay? From scanning the QR code to answering some of the simple questions we have created for you.
Lorraine, hands up.
Anyone? Sorry?
Lorraine, hands up just now. Lorraine, you got your hands up.
No, I think maybe she accidentally clicked on it wrongly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want candy. All this Kahoot, you win, you don't get anything one.
Yes.
I
All
got
right. So
lollipop. You want lollipop now?
Yeah, yeah. Sure must have gift, right? Something, right?
I
The
got lollipop. I can give you, but only the
virtual
picture.
lollipop. Yeah, virtual one, something
Virtual.
can hang the
I got.
badge right next to my icon, So you see, can
I
hang.
I can give you the real one. All right, but you have to come over.
yeah,
I had to come back up.
that's it.
I had to come back.
Spot on, Linus. Spot on. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. So sorry we went over time. All right, this takes us to the end. All right, and we hope to see you again. All right. Now, those of you who are joining us for the first time, so hopefully we'll have you back again. All right. Stay tuned for the next set of invitations. There should be some sessions coming up in September. We haven't quite nailed down the exact dates and so forth. It is going to be quite a busy month, right? But nonetheless, we still want to go ahead and do more to show you what the potential of this tool is. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a good
Thank
rest of the
you for
night.
evening. Bye.
Bye, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye. Bye.